Friends, do you know that the makers of the Batman, The Dark Knight movie, which became a global blockbuster, tragically lost their lives during the shooting of this iconic film? And do you know how the lead hero of the Fast and Furious franchise met an untimely death while performing a dangerous scene? Plus, do you know how an actor lost his life in the middle of shooting the Expendables movie? Well, today, in this detailed breakdown, I will take you through the shocking stories of famous personalities who tragically died during the filming of blockbuster movies. Let's start our countdown with The Expendables 2. Friends, if you are a fan of Hollywood movies, then you must have heard about the Expendables series. This action-packed, adrenaline-filled franchise started in 2010 with the release of the first movie, which became immensely popular for its intense action and thriller elements. Over the years, the franchise has grown, with 4 parts released so far. The second installment, The Expendables 2, was released in 2012. This sequel took things to the next level, incorporating many more fight sequences, combat choreography, and thrilling action scenes compared to the first part. But did you know that while shooting this movie, a tragic incident claimed the life of a skilled stuntman? Yes, The Expendables 2 featured some of the most daring stunts ever attempted, and many of them were performed by Kun Liu, a talented and renowned Chinese stuntman. At just 26 years old, Kun Liu was considered one of the youngest and smartest stunt professionals in Hollywood. During October 2011, when the shooting for The Expendables 2 was in full swing, Kun Liu was assigned an exceptionally dangerous stunt scene. The scene required him to perform a high-octane explosion on a rubber boat at a dam in Bulgaria. To enhance the intensity of the action, Kun Liu's boat was rigged with explosives, and another co-stuntman was also present with him in the boat. Despite thorough safety precautions, this scene turned out to be far riskier than expected. When the explosion occurred, it was significantly more intense than anyone had predicted. The rubber boat, which Kun Liu was on, caught fire and was destroyed in the blast. Both Kun Liu and his co-stuntman were seriously injured in this incident. Unfortunately, while his partner managed to survive, Kun Liu succumbed to his injuries before he could be transported to the hospital. This tragic accident shocked not only the film crew but the entire Hollywood industry. It served as a sobering reminder of the dangers that stunt performers face while delivering the breathtaking action scenes. The Dark Knight. Friends, if you are a fan of superhero movies, then there's no way you haven't watched The Dark Knight. Released in 2008, this film became a landmark in the superhero genre, smashing box office records and captivating audiences worldwide. The movie featured groundbreaking visuals, intense performances, and a gripping story. But did you know that in order to bring this masterpiece to life, one of the filmmakers had to pay the ultimate price? Yes, Conway Wycliffe, a legendary special effects technician in Hollywood, tragically lost his life during the making of The Dark Knight. Conway Wycliffe was well known across the film industry for his expertise in creating thrilling cinematic moments. His mastery of special effects was so exceptional that he could make even the most unrealistic scenes appear lifelike and believable. In 2007, Conway was involved in the filming of a high-speed chase scene featuring the iconic Batmobile. To capture the perfect shots, Conway drove ahead of the Batmobile, monitoring the action through a mounted camera to ensure that every angle was covered perfectly. To match the intensity of the scene, his car was moving at a very high speed, driving parallel to the action. However, as the car approached a sharp turn, tragedy struck. Conway's car, moving at high velocity, failed to make the turn and collided with a tree. Sadly, the impact occurred on the side of the car where Conway was seated. The crash was so severe that Conway sustained fatal injuries and passed away on the spot. His loss left the Hollywood community in shock. Despite his untimely death, his contribution to The Dark Knight remains unforgettable. The visuals he helped create set a new standard for the superhero genre, and no one has since been able to replicate his unique touch. The Walking Dead. Friends, The Walking Dead is one of America's most popular drama series, widely regarded as a masterpiece of horror storytelling. The show began in 2010 and became an instant hit, leading to the release of 11 consecutive seasons. Its gripping narrative, compelling characters, and nail-biting stunts captured the hearts of viewers around the globe. However, the production of this series has not been without its tragedies. In 2017, during the filming of Season 8, a devastating incident occurred that broke the hearts of fans and the production team alike. In one particular scene, the hero was supposed to jump from a 25-foot-high balcony to the ground below. Instead of the lead actor, this risky stunt was assigned to John Bernecker, a highly experienced and skilled stuntman. John had a stellar reputation in Hollywood, having performed stunts for blockbuster movies like The Fate of the Furious, Black Panther, and Game Night. To ensure John's safety, the production team placed cushioning pads on the ground to soften his landing. However, as John jumped, something went horribly wrong. Instead of landing on the cushion pads, John missed them entirely and fell directly onto the hard ground. The impact caused severe head injuries, and John was immediately rushed to the hospital. Tragically, despite the best efforts of the medical team, John's injuries were too severe, and he passed away a few hours later. This incident was a stark reminder of the dangers involved in stunt work, even with all safety measures in place. XXX. Friends, the XXX franchise is celebrated as one of Hollywood's most iconic action thriller series. The first movie, released in 2002, was a pioneer in delivering high-octane stunts and heart-pounding action sequences. One of the most daring scenes in this movie required the lead character, played by Vin Diesel, to jump from a falling car off a bridge. However, instead of Vin Diesel, the stunt was performed by a professional stuntman named Harry L. O'Connor. Harry was known for his striking resemblance to Vin Diesel, making him the perfect double for the actor in dangerous sequences. The director trusted Harry to perform some of the most challenging stunts in the movie. For the bridge jump scene, Harry was provided with state-of-the-art safety equipment, including a parachute to ensure a safe landing. Harry executed the jump flawlessly, and his parachute deployed as planned. However, as the ground crew attempted to guide him to safety by pulling the ropes, disaster struck. The team accidentally pulled the ropes too hard, causing Harry to collide directly with a pillar on the bridge. The impact was catastrophic, resulting in a fatal head injury. Harry died instantly, leaving the cast and crew devastated. This tragedy brought the production of XXX to a halt. Since no other stuntman was capable of performing such a complex scene, the filmmakers had to rely on editing to complete the sequence. Despite this setback, the movie was eventually released and went on to become a major hit. However, Harry's death remains one of Hollywood's most tragic accidents. Fast and Furious. Finally, let's talk about one of Hollywood's most beloved franchises, Fast and Furious. This series, which began in 2001, has become synonymous with high-speed car chases, thrilling action, and larger-than-life characters. With 10 parts released so far, it is one of the most successful franchises in cinematic history. However, during the filming of the 7th installment, a tragic event shook the production team and fans alike. Paul Walker, one of the lead actors of the franchise, was known for his charismatic presence and his role as Brian O'Connor. In 2013, while shooting for Fast and Furious 7, Paul decided to take a break and go for a ride with his friend in a Porsche Carrera GT. The car was being driven by Paul's friend, who was reportedly driving at a speed of 140 miles per hour on a road with an 80 miles per hour speed limit. As they approached a turn, the driver lost control of the car. The vehicle first collided with a streetlight and then crashed into a tree. The impact was so severe that the car was split in two. Before Paul or his friend could escape, the car caught fire and exploded. Both Paul and his friend died instantly. Paul's death left the franchise in turmoil. Since he was one of the leading characters, removing him from the movie was not an option. To complete the film, the producers brought in Paul's brother, who bore a strong resemblance to him, to fill in for the remaining scenes. Despite this workaround, Paul Walker's absence left a lasting void in the hearts of fans and the franchise itself. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos.